The Sustainable Development Goals aim to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all.
Goal 5 aims to promote gender equality as a fundamental human right and a necessary foundation for a peaceful, prosperous and sustainable world.
Goal 4 aims to provide inclusive and equitable quality education and lifelong learning opportunities to transform lives.
Goal 11 looks to achieve sustainable cities.
Education is key to enhancing gender equality. And with more than half of the world's population living in urban areas, cities are at the forefront.
But gender equality in learning and education remains a challenge in many cities around the world, with social norms, stereotyping, and a lack of understanding around gender issues often hindering progress.
Narrowing the gender gap in and through education supports societies to be more productive, resilient, democratic, peaceful, and innovative.
A successful learning city can support and promote gender equality and achieve its sustainable development goals through gender-responsive education policies, plans, and activities.
To advance gender equality in learning and education, you need to know where things stand, recognize the challenge in your particular context, and ensure your city has a good understanding of gender concepts.
Once you understand the issues, you will want to address them in your Learning City Action Plan, with a timeline and shared responsibilities to ensure gender responsiveness in learning.
And foster a commitment to continually advancing gender equality in lifelong learning through good policy decisions and a dedicated budget.
But what does it take to understand and implement gender equality as an integrated part of your Learning City Action Plan?
We've broken it down into 7 key areas. 1. Develop a joint understanding of gender equality in education and learning. 2. Identify the challenges. 3. Engage relevant stakeholders. 4. Build capacity and encourage inclusive programming. 5. Strengthen education and learning policies. 6. Conduct regular research. 7. Raise awareness. Now let's dive into each area to learn more.
Develop a joint understanding of gender equality in education and learning. To help you develop your understanding, you will need to learn more about gender concepts and agree with relevant stakeholders how those concepts apply to your learning city. Identify the challenges. To help your city clarify what gender equality means and identify what challenges hinder gender equality in lifelong learning, you will need to understand the gender equality issues your city faces in and through lifelong learning.
For example, social norms, stereotyping in learning materials, teaching methods and within families, lack of budget for gender equality in education, lack of vision and action about gender equality in education, lack of awareness of the community and education stakeholders about gender equality.
Engage relevant stakeholders. To help your city engage relevant stakeholders, you will need to
ensure a balanced gender representation.
Work with your stakeholders to analyse the current situation regarding gender equality in education and learning, and involve your stakeholders in the full planning, implementation and evaluation process.
Build capacity and encourage inclusive programming. To build capacity and encourage inclusive programming, recognizing the needs of all stakeholders, you will need to
make sure your teachers, education personnel, and learning providers are adequately trained to implement responsive and non-discriminatory teaching methods, curricula, and contents.
Build and upgrade education facilities that are gender responsive and provide safe, non-violent, inclusive, and effective learning environments for all.
Provide second chance education or other accredited learning programs, for example in literacy, numeracy, technical and vocational training for all those who did not complete their education or achieve good learning outcomes.
And invest in programs that actively empower, promote and fund skills development and entrepreneurship for women.
Strengthen education and learning policies. To strengthen policy for gender equality in education and learning, you will need to
make sure your current policies, strategies, and objectives prioritise gender equality.
Set up a municipal committee to promote gender equality in all fields of lifelong learning.
And ensure there is adequate budget set aside to promote gender-responsive learning plans and programmes.
Conduct regular research. When conducting research around gender equality in education and learning, you should
identify the learning needs of all people, regardless of their gender, and use this analysis as a basis for the development of your city's education policies and programs.
Develop sex-disaggregated indicators on participation, learning and achievement by educational levels.
Next, monitor these indicators regularly and analyze the data by gender to achieve more equal and effective planning and delivery of learning activities.
Raise awareness. To raise awareness about gender equality in education, you will need to
promote the importance of education for everyone, regardless of their gender.
Invest in campaigns to challenge stereotypes and empower all learners to choose their path.
Highlight the social and economic benefits of gender equality in lifelong learning.
Encourage all citizens, education personnel, and families to be advocates for gender equality in learning and in the home.
And leverage opportunities and partnerships at key moments such as learning festivals, International Women's Day, and with media institutions to promote efforts and celebrate success.
There is much work to do, but investing in gender equality throughout our education and learning is a commitment that benefits everyone, from our families and communities to our cities and nations across the globe. Start today.